Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to take the time to show you an updated flip on my pocket planner. This is my everyday carry. This planner, I took out the original PM rings that it came with, and I ordered a set of 16mm Krause rings from BDS Shop on their website. Now I rotate in and out of my planners quite frequently. I probably average about 2 weeks in any given planner. I just really enjoy switching in and out and having different options and using different setups and layouts. So usually in my pocket planners, I have a set of card holders in the front, and I always have my state ID, work ID, in case this planner is lost information. And I love having this Create with Pen little tab to kind of hold my monthly calendar or just for just simple decoration. In this front pocket, I have just this little note set that I made myself from a Heidi Swap. And then I have like my time blocking information that has been updated and changed since we've been put on quarantine here in my state. We are on complete lockdown, but a lot of things have changed. They've shut down schools for about a month. So my schedule is pretty much open. So imagine that one. I have a couple of things here that haven't changed the past few months. As you can see, things have been canceled. Goals have been met, I just haven't marked them off. I just haven't found myself really reaching for my planner in a sense where I'm trying to plan things. And I'm trying to shift my perspective of planning into more of a catch-all. So right now I'm kind of open to anything that kind of comes to mind. Something that I've been really into is just kind of note-taking, which is done more in my personal size planner. These are just note pages. Purple I wasn't going to use for this month of March. I was going to use more of the green paper, but I just left it as it is. I don't really, things like this just don't really bother me. Some people think that they need to redo their entire setup, and I do switch things in and out, but I'll leave things like that. So not a whole lot has changed within my planner. Everyone is always amazed at me because I could literally just have this planner and it would be enough for me. I do not need to use my personal. I don't need to use my A5. I just kind of reintroduced my A5 planner into my planning routine because I wanted to keep track of things a little bit differently. So I will also be posting an updated video about how I am using that in conjunction with this planner. So I still keep January and February, even though those months have passed. March has been very different. I don't usually indicate things until they're done in here. So things are pretty much canceled. For my work section, I've moved things into a list option. These little tab sticky notes, I purchased them from, they came in a set of two. They have these lined ones and they have these cross ones that are tabbed. These came from the Container Store. They were two sets for $18, $19, I believe, which was a little pricey, but I just couldn't not have them, I guess. And then my weekly, I took out a bunch of pages just to kind of open up my planner a little bit more. I did print my weeklies on like a 20-pound copy paper versus a heavier quality paper, just so that it wouldn't take up so much space in my rings. As things have been occurring, I've been adding biblical references in my planner, so I'm always kind of glancing at things like that and keeping myself motivated. I've since added meals and a grocery section because all of my kids are home, and it's not that I can necessarily meal plan because they're going through things a little bit differently. And when I went to go get groceries last Friday, it was basically for dinner plans. We weren't planning on feeding kids breakfast and lunch. I'm trying not to micromanage them. I'm just trying to kind of use what we have and kind of make a list as we go. So that way I'm not buying too much of what we don't need and end up having too much left over. So this is kind of how I'm taking care of that. These sticky notes are from the planner spot. This is just a little March calendar that I got out of the Target dollar spot. Clear dots, translucent dots from the planner spot again. This is my March 2020 inbox. I kind of stopped using this because I've started to really like separate things out. Here's my budget section and my D-stash. This area for my daughter because I'm really the one that coordinates a lot of her things. And then my other kids, well, there's no school until 4/14, so, which is April 14th of 2020. So we're out for a month. And then I had goals that I was working on, but I'm kind of in a weird spot right now because things have just been called off and or canceled. Kind of sad, but my hourly evening plan has changed. I was gonna redo this and add 4 o'clock since I'm off at 4 instead of 5 now, but just decided to leave things as they are, and I moved some of these things over because since my kids are home and my husband is home with them, they are really taking care of cleaning and tidying things up and making sure the day-to-day of the home is kind of taken care of. This is, I'm working off of a list system, so I was kind of doing this method where I was just kind of putting everything in one spot. I found this very clutterish. I was losing things, forgetting to do things, so that's why I kind of separated back out my inbox section, and then I'm continuing that with different sections in my to-dos for the month. So it's just different sections, different lists. These inserts are from Cloth and Paper. Find my link for that down below. And then I added an intentions page. I just added this last night so I could take some time and really reflect about what I want to pray about. This is my project section. I don't really think I'm going to be having a lot of projects because everything is really standstillish. So here I have like my social media and small business information and my goals for all those things. YouTube filming. And then here I just have some layers. I took out a bunch of inserts that just don't apply right now because things are changing. So here's my financial section. I kind of had different goals of what I wanted to do. Set up auto pay for set it and forget it. Something I need to purchase is a little bit spendier. This is a little quote card from Cloth and Paper that I punched into here, just to kind of make sure that I remember, like I'm pledging to myself to make these budget changes and commitments. So here I just have all my monthly owed bills. I just check them off as I go. Emergency fund savings plan. Just doing this for fun, aside from what we already set aside to save. I just really like the idea of having it here on the card. And then I'm supposed to have my check register here, but it's not really, this doesn't really work for me. And I will kind of show an updated version of what I am doing once I get around to filming my A5. Here I have my spending information, kind of guidelines. I'm sure you've seen this before in my other filmed videos. And then I have like coupon codes and things that I'm waiting on to come through the mail, which I need to check a couple of things off. And then I'm reusing one of the sheets that I already kind of filled and got tired of seeing. So that way I can just, use the space instead of just putting it up. And here I have an old picture of my youngest, my planner spot, paper, which is an amazing texture and quality. Things that I am grateful for, which should really be full at this time, but things come up. Personal tracker that I have. Another personal tracker that I've not really figured out what I want to use it for, but I still have it in here in case something on the whim comes to mind that I want to track. How to stay positive. This has moved from planner to planner quite frequently. A quote that I love. Kind of a guide on how to maintain relationships, and this is just personal, actually loving yourself and doing things that, unchain yourself, unplug, create some balance. So things are like that are just kind of like to help motivate me in this difficult time. And here I have some more faith-based items. And this is like a personal section where I have like information, insurance information, things like that. Addresses that I use frequently. Another card from Cloth and Paper. This credit card insert that I'm only actually carrying one card around now because it's just easier, I think, to keep track of. And then I added in this prayer because it's been kind of difficult times and kind of stressed out. And then I just have a note card here from Sequence and Paper Co. So that is my setup right now in my pocket planner. Very simple, nothing too extravagant. Everyone's like, how and what are you carrying in there? This is all there is. And I don't try to make it any more complicated than that, because if I made it any more complicated, I would not be able to use the system very well day to day. These are the pens that I carry, this highlighter, the mild liner, and then I've been using this 0.7 gel from Pilot. I really like the way that it looks when you write on cloth and paper inserts. So, and if I haven't been using that one, I've been using this Sarasa Dry gel pen, which was gifted to me by a fellow planner girl. It's actually probably my second favoriteest pen that I've ever owned. So yeah, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing.